Hello, this is Ryan Roye from Liberty3D.com, where you can learn the best from the best. In this video, I'd like to demonstrate something that you may find to be a significant time saver. Assign tools is a function created by new tech developer Matt Gorner and has since been made native in LightWave version 11.6. Despite the fact that it's not one of LightWave's flashier features, it is definitely one of the most significant add-ons in years. Look up Assign tools in your hotkeys and menus, and you can set them up like this for easy accessibility. To put it simply, they provide you a way to assign various constraints with minimal effort. In other tutorial content that I've done, I've shown people how to achieve custom rig motion capture adaptation, rig weapons, set up flexible constraint chains, and so on and so forth with these tools. In this lesson, I'd like to demonstrate the workflow for symmetry editing in layout. Let's start with Radial Symmetry and work our way up. Here we have 8 coins, which are all separate objects. Pretend that your client has requested that you adjust the spacing of these. We could move the coins one by one, but that's tedious work. One thing that I do often when I need to edit multiple objects like this is to temporarily use same as item constraints to position things. We can create a new null and use it as a reference point. When we use store selected on this new null, then select all of the coins and hit assign position, the coins now all occupy the exact same space as the null. Something else you may notice is that these little plus signs appear. This represents the keyframes of the actual motion path before any constraints are applied. This is important to understand. So if I go to keyframe 5 and create a keyframe for all of these coins, lines are drawn towards the center, but scrubbing the keyframes afterwards, we see that nothing happens. This motion path suggests that the coins should be moving, but they aren't. If we click Clear All Assigns, which removes all of the constraints applied to the selected items, we now see that the coins are once again respecting their original motion path. I'll delete the new keyframe we made and reassign the same as item position constraint because I want to show you a few other things. If you hit M for motion options and go into the Controllers and Limits Position tab, this interpolate value dictates the strength at which these coins are being attracted to the null. By adjusting this value up or down, we can expand and contract our objects, then key them, and there we go. We've made seemingly complex position adjustments easily. Do note that you can set the position controllers to keyframes selectively to isolate your editing to a single axis. If you do this, remember that the isolation will happen relative to where the currently displayed keyframe was made. Also, the stiffness value can be used to dampen or strengthen this object's initial adherence to the same as item constraint for even more control. This value also operates based on current keyframes. Keep in mind that you can adjust this interpolation value to just a few items as well. If you keep playing with this concept of using motion modifiers to move things, all kinds of possibilities open up in layout. One last thing that I want to do is go over how this same concept can be applied to character rigging workflows in LightWave. In our independently produced animated series of Delura, we have in-house tools that I've developed to allow for instant symmetry editing for rig adjustment. But this symmetry editing script is all just assign tools. I'll reset this character's bones to their default settings so that I can show you how to make this happen. Say we need to make adjustments to this character's arms, but we don't want to have to go back and forth between the left and right sides. We want to just edit one side and be done with it. This tip is relevant to any rig, so I'll just use the character here. Using Assign Tools, click the left shoulder, Store Selected, click the right shoulder, Assign Position and Rotation. This is one of those occasional situations where you actually don't want world coordinates enabled. We also have to invert a few values in the position and rotation tabs so that the right arm will be moved and rotated correctly. With a few changes, we have symmetry editing for these bones. Of course, this isn't something that you'd want to do by hand every time you want to symmetry edit your rig to adapt it to new characters, so I highly recommend LScript Commander for automating the process of enabling and disabling symmetry. LScript Commander and Assign Tools have ridiculous synergy, so it will be well worth your time to experiment with the possible applications that they may have when used together. Alright, that's it for now. If you thought this tutorial was helpful, know that what I covered here is just the tip of the iceberg. Stop on by liberty3d.com and check out my videos if you want the ultimate walkthroughs for mastering animation in LightWave. If you're interested in saving a few bucks, check out the bundle deal. With well over 200 titles to choose from, liberty3d.com is your one-stop location to learn LightWave. This is Roye signing off. Thanks for watching.